Alright, what's up everybody? I know it's been a long couple of weeks since y'all seen me. Last thing I left off was we bought the motor for the 600RR, right? And turns out the motor is dud. So shit happens. It is what it is. Can't really be mad at the dude because he didn't really know. I got this motor off of a guy who was parting out another park bike, I guess, and damn, that shit smelled like blown something smoke. Yeah, not good. Smell like injectors, really. That's speaking of injectors, right? So let's continue with the story. Start over. Right. So as you remember, a couple weeks back, riding with my boys, we smashing through the freeway and shit like that. Turned out to be a hectic day. My motor caught rock knock on the freeway on the 99. Broke down right at Fruit Ridge. Pulled off on Fruit Ridge and 47th. As you saw in the video, I'll post that right here. The bike rod knocked, sounded like shit, had low compression, rod knocked hella hard as soon as you started it. Couldn't go anywhere. Yeah, so that motor blew. Bought another motor for 300 bucks, got it delivered. They were dropped off actually. It was decided. I was told that the motor was good, that it ran fine, had 20k miles on the dash, or a little bit above 20k miles. Basically a brand new motor, right? The motor's been sitting outside for a while, but I was under the impression, you know, the guy told me the motor ran fine, it sounded good on idle. Mind you, idling on idle, you should be able to catch that. So spent the last fucking 3 weeks, you know, wrenching on his bike, dropping the motor. I had the old motor over here. I literally I couldn't use this frame because the neck, where the neck bearing sits and everything, was warped out and it just wasn't sitting right. Took everything off of this old motor that I had from my old motor. I had to take the stator off, I had to take the intake off, I had to take clutch basket off, I had to take the cam trays off. Damn near everything on this motor that I needed that was important, that was still good, swapped it onto this motor. Mind you, I put a new frame on this, a 04 frame. It's perfectly good. The neck bearing sits perfect and flush and pressed in, so I don't got to worry about my neck bearings dropping out anymore. That worked. The only issue is that the frame is a lot smaller because it's a California frame. That frame is a Nevada frame or Arizona frame, so it's a lot bigger, and the radiator from the fan mount sits too close to the engine, so I have to find a new radiator or a new radiator fan. Back to the subject of this motor, right? Spent about 3 weeks wrenching on this fucking thing, putting it together, compression testing it. Mind you, the motor was out of time, so I had to retime the bike. Blew out my spark plug because it flooded the system. Bought new spark plugs, swapped coil packs left and right from the new motor to the old motor off of my part. Swapped map sensors left and right. I even went to the extent of swapping injectors, the top injectors from the airbox. I haven't changed the secondary airbox. I mean the secondary injector. I'm about to pull those off right now because I have a huge hunch. All right. So whenever I went to Fairfield and I flipped my bike upside down and all that oil dripped out, I'm kind of like, it's far-fetched, but I'm pretty sure it's a hunch. I'm pretty sure all that oil that dumped upside down and got all over the fucking frames and shit, and in the head and the air filter and the clean air mod and stuff, I'm guaranteed that the oil got stuck inside the secondary injector, that the main injector that fire into the cylinders and the plenum. Pretty sure it clogged up the injector. That's probably why it's sounding like a goddamn Subaru. I even went to the extent to compression testing the motor. So with what I've read on forums and what I've been hearing from other people, when you have a brand new motor with 20k and under mileage, you should be seeing compression ratios from 160 to 185. That's a perfectly good motor. This one, on the other hand, has 125 across all 4 cylinders. It's not the greatest, but it's not the best. All right, it's not bad, but it's not the greatest, but it could be better. I've been told that it's low compression. Yes and no. I don't know. 125 seemed to be functionally running good, but it could be better, right? I could understand if it was 100 or a 90 all the way across. I could see that as a bad compression with piston rings and all other sorts of shit. But 125 is still in the moderately good range. It's borderline low, but it's still in a good range, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you can see this, the lighting's not that great. The F4i is ready to go. The silicone hoses are all on it. I just put all this up. I still need to pull these off and pull off all that white shitty spray paint that's on it and just paint it back black or something like that, or make it nice and neat, or get different covers. My CSP OG cage came in from Dash Dunce, or not Dash Dunce, American, I don't know his IG, but his name is Chris Spivey. So if you know Chris, this is where I got this from, out in San Diego. Shout out to you. And then we got the header with the SC Project exhaust. Everything's ready to go. I got chains, I got sprockets right here, 46, which is stock. I got the R6 fan to run a dual fan setup. Got wire harness, I got ECU, I got airbox, I got exhaust, I got a Yoshi exhaust. I got damn near everything for the F4i to run. And it has new spark plugs, and it has basically everything brand new. The only thing I need to wait for now is my order for the 6-shot, which is my subframe, not my front frame, my SS Moto sub cage, my SS Moto saggy ass fist, and the SS Moto pegs, and then the clean air mod kit, the fuel disconnect kit, and reservoirs and stuff like that. Other than that, I have a 52 sprocket kit, chain and sprocket kit, and a scrape bar for the F4i as well. I just waiting for the guy to come drop that off. I did happen to drop off my F4i frame last Wednesday or Thursday. I dropped off the frame Thursday or I don't even know. It's been a hectic ass week. I dropped the frame off this week, and it should be done this weekend and dropped off this weekend. Hopefully, if fingers crossed, if it all falls on time frame. If not today, tomorrow or Tuesday, hopefully sometime this weekend or next week. Alright guys, so I took the injectors off and I tried to test to see if they're running properly. I wasn't able to pull them off and run the bike at the same time, or start the bike at the same time, because of, you know, the amount of pressure from the injector. They just popped off. They're not seated on there unless you bolt them down. So what I did was I took the gas tank off, set it off on the side on the chair right there, and then I took the air box off, or at least the cover. Took that off, open up the put the injectors back on, have both air boxes off, had everything plugged in, and then what I did is had the throttle open fully, and then I cranked the bike to where I could see if the injectors were firing properly, and so far they were firing properly. So injector being bad is out the picture, so it's just a bunk ass motor. Shit happens, like I said. I can get another crate motor in the next couple of days, and it'll be at my door in 3 days, 2 to 3 days. So I'm not even worried about it. It is what it is. Make the best out of the situation. It is what it is. That's pretty much it for today's video. I don't really got much content to put out for y'all, just because I have no bike and I'm kind of bummed out. Just working back and forth on both bikes, and none of them running right now, so it is what it is. Yeah, stay tuned for more content soon. The FRI Beerus is coming back soon, and yeah, pretty soon. So I'll see y'all next time.
Motherfucking fan. Hit on my jewel on my neck like a cooler. This gas that I smoke and these papers exclusive. Spin racks on my chain and 2 bands on my hands. I ain't tripping no niggas, I'm doing my dance. 3.0 in the wood, known in the hood. Pole in my bag and I wish a bitch would. Stepping on shit so they call me a giant. This chopper gon' sing in this bitch, he keep Wyatt. These fatal too white, I can't step in the mud. Niggas on demons, house slide with them slugs. Know some things that be on it, they kill over drugs. Rah, rah, that's the sound of the drum. I know you gon' run, but your ass can't hide. Switch out my wigs, 30 inches to bob. Cherry bear, do my nails, stay my shit to the gods. Put the best on my losses, I'm beating the odds.